Hello friends and welcome back to Electrified Reviews. I've been riding around on the Denago Fat Tire Step-Thru Ebike for about a week now, and it's time for me to give you my full impressions. In summary, this e-bike checks all the boxes for utility, comfort, without compromising on style or performance. Denago might not be as well known as some brands, but they've shown their expertise with this offering and have done so at an affordable price of $1,800 to boot. Denago has an ever-expanding dealer list, and that means you as the consumer get a chance to pop in and test ride them at their many locations. This is a huge bonus, as ride test is pretty much the #1 way to see if a bike is for you or not. Watching reviews is fun, but test riding is kind of where the rubber meets the road. Kind of literally, I guess. Denago's Fat Tire Step-Thru is a looker. It comes in a white and black combo, which looks classy in my opinion. The seat and grips are both a nice touch, while the Step-Thru frame design is both stylish and functional, making it easy to mount and dismount. And if you're one of those I won't be caught dead on a Step-Thru type of people, they offer a top tube version as well. Design-wise, I noticed several features that reveal Denago's attention to detail here. We've got the battery located underneath the down tube, providing a lower center of gravity while being pretty much invisible on the outside. The charging port is conveniently located, and you can charge it on and off the bike. The Step-Thru design isn't just for looks, it makes the bike accessible to riders of all sizes. As we mentioned, the fat tires are not just for show, they provide extra stability and are able to handle various terrains. The two size options are also bonus, offering this platform as an option for those from 5'4" on the low end to 6'5" on the high end. Now, who is it for? In my opinion, it's for daily commuters and leisure riders. You can kind of do both of those things with this bike here. Weighing in around 60 pounds, this e-bike is not lightweight, but it's not overly cumbersome when compared with some of the other fat tire e-bikes in the industry right now. With a weight capacity of 300 pounds, it's versatile enough for most riders. The fat tires and balanced weight distribution make it ideal for both city, commuting, and weekend jaunts in the countryside. However, its size and weight might not make the best choice for those who have to carry it up multiple flights of stairs. One of the standout features on the Denago Fat Tire Step-Thru is its focus on comfort. The saddle is well cushioned and the fat tires provide a smooth ride over bumps and uneven surfaces. With 5 levels of pedal assist and a thumb throttle, you can customize your ride to be as relaxed or as exhilarating as you want. Around here, we often choose the latter. From a power and performance perspective, we think this is more than enough juice. The Fat Tire Step-Thru comes with a 500-watt rear hub motor and a 48-volt 14-amp-hour battery. It offers ample power for hill climbs and quick accelerations, and on a full charge you can expect a range of up to 40 miles, depending on your riding style and terrain. The 5 levels of pedal assist and thumb throttle give you full control over how you want to tackle your route. Safety has clearly been a priority for Denago here. This e-bike comes with front and rear LED lights, reflective sidewalls on the tires, and a loud horn. The Step-Thru hydraulic disc brakes are responsive, providing reliable stopping power in various weather conditions. And you can pick up a rear rack, which we recommend, and then your possibilities on this bike really start to open up. The Denago Fat Tire Step-Thru is as practical as it is stylish. It comes with front and rear fenders, and the display here is bright, informative, and a pretty banger display in my opinion. While it may not be a mountain trekker, it's more than capable of handling your day-to-day commuting needs and errand runs, with some slight trail riding here and there for shortcut purposes, of course. In closing, I would say this is a well-balanced offering. If you're looking for an e-bike that offers both style and substance, the Denago Fat Tire Step-Thru could be the bike for you. It delivers on both performance and comfort, making it an excellent choice for daily commuting or leisurely rides. Definitely one to consider if you're in the market for a reliable, comfortable, and stylish e-bike. And if you've made it this far in the review, you know what's next. We're gonna hop on and do a POV ride test. What is up, guys? We are out here for the ride test on the Fat Tire bike from Denago. This is the Step-Thru version. Little black and white color scheme here. We are over here in North Frisco, just doing a little bit of riding. I was looking at some maps, and it looks like there's a nice little bike trail over here, so we're looking to get into that. Now, I'm mainly using throttle right now because I'm just trying to get over there. But I guess if we wanted to go there quicker, we could pedal, because with our pedaling here, we get up to 28 miles per hour as opposed to 20 with the throttle. Now, as far as the cockpit comfort feels, it does have a very nice cockpit feel to it. Mainly due to, I like these handlebars. They kind of have like a little bit of an upsweep to them, and the double locking Denago grips, which whenever you see branded components in general, you go, oh, okay, this must be a lower tier, lower class. I mean, I've got some that are very similar to these on my mountain bike. Oh, this is sweet. And so I am pretty stoked about these guys. So let's go ahead and pull over here real quick, do a little trick riding. And let's talk about some of the components just to give you a look. And as you can tell, right at the gate, we do have brake integration, which is super dope. Big fan of that. We've seen, you know, there are a few brands that have a similar design over here in the seat stay. But I like these. These are super bright. And it's, yeah, it's a little overcast and whatnot, but that's like legit bright. I mean, I can see it reflecting off of here. It is, yeah, pretty dope. Then we can turn on the front lights. Press and hold this button right here. Boom, we turn that front light. The front light is actually pretty decently bright. This might be enough to ride around at night if you're gonna go maybe like in that 15-20 mile an hour range. But the fact that it is mounted up here high on the handlebars means we get a better angle to, you know, to illuminate our way. And, you know, cars are used to looking for lights and stuff at about this height, so it is a little bit more of a safety aspect when we think about people driving and whatnot. And as I mentioned, I like these grips. They've got just, yeah, I like them. They fit well. They don't move because we got that double lock in here. So cockpit looks nice. We get the brake integration. Let's go ahead and put it into Eco, which is going to be our first level here. Actually, let's turn it off and let's hit the throttle. Throttle doesn't go. So in pedal assist level 0, throttle doesn't work. I like that. It's a nice little safety feature. If you want somebody to get on, get used to the bike, they don't accidentally hit this throttle. So we go into 1, and then we're going to get power from the throttle, and let's see where it kicks off at, or if at all. Now it looks like it's going to take us right up to that 20 miles per hour, which is dope. I am a big fan of always having access to the throttle. When it comes to commuting and dealing with other people, having something that can, you know, punch and, you know, actually change the speed that you're going is awesome. So if you are going at a lower level, then, you know, like if you're in pedal assist level 1, you're actually just pedaling, so you're just kind of cruising along like this, and something happens and you need to, like, you know, pop out of it, you can use the throttle to do that. Now, one thing that I've noticed is the sensitivity on the throttle seems to be a little bit delayed as compared to, you know, even some of the Denago bikes that we've tested already. And that might be something you could dial in a little bit more, either at the factory level, so that might be a note to Denago, or something you can do if you jump into the settings, you might be able to adjust some of that. Now, we haven't done that. We'd like to test the bikes as they come, unless it's an aerial rider, because people in the YouTube comments said that they would harm themselves. So other than that, everybody gets tested as they come, and yeah, we're just chilling. Nice, easy. We've got the front suspension up there, the Zoom 80 millimeters of travel, which does a lot for absorbing, you know, a lot of the road bumps and such. That's not a word. Road bumps and such. There we go. And yeah, we can just cruise along this trail. Now, I'm interested in seeing where our pedal assist levels get us to. So let's go ahead and slow down here a little bit. Do a little shifting. Shifting's nice and easy. Nothing wrong there. So 1, I guess about 11 miles per hour. How cool is this? As a photographer, I'm always looking at cool spots. I'm like, man, this would be a cool spot for a photo. You get some nice leading lines, 2 different sort of textures here. That would be kind of interesting. Okay, as I was saying, initially, I wasn't sure about the torque sensor on here, but then as you go into, the best way to test that, for me at least, you put it into 1, you're kind of going real low, pedaling real low, the motor's at a certain cadence, and as soon as I press down really hard with one of my feet, like this, then you start to get the power, you know what I mean? And so, yeah, so when I first hopped on it, I was like, man, that was pretty smooth. Didn't feel like a torque sensor, but then as you ride it, you're like, oh no, it definitely is, because I'm cruising like this. Even if we went to like, 3, I'm barely putting any pressure on it. As soon as I punch it, boom, we're getting a lot of juice from the motor. And then we can cruise up to that 28 miles per hour, shifting lanes. Might have seen 29 there. Off-road capabilities, flawless. Now, one of the things I will note, the head tube angle on here is a little bit steeper than something I would want to take off-road primarily. So it definitely works for, going off-road, but it is a little bit steeper than maybe, at least I would prefer for doing any sort of uneven terrain stuff. Let's go ahead and do a brake test right here. Super easy. Now we do have these Zoom hydraulic disc brakes, 180 millimeter rotors on the front and the rear. Now the Zoom brakes are fine, but if you're somebody who's watched a lot of these reviews and you kind of know a thing or two about some of the components and stuff that are used, Zoom is on the lower end, right? So on something like this, they work well. And I think also for the majority of people who are using this bike, they're not going to be bombing hills at 28 miles per hour. This is just a nice, comfortable cruiser type of fat tire bike that, yes, has the the big Kenda tires to go off-road, but most people will probably take it on things like this, where we're just kind of cruising around, and handles really well and offers a lot of comfort. So not really a big deal on the Zoom brakes, right? They work. We proved it. We proved it again. Nice, easy, controlled. However, if we're looking for things to upgrade, or I always ask myself the question, hey, if I'm gonna keep this long term, am I gonna change anything here? Switching out e-brakes or e-bike brakes is not the easiest thing in the world, but if I was gonna do it, then yeah, I might upgrade this to something, probably Step-Thru, right? Maybe some Shimano's, whatever's got a good sale going on Amazon, you know how it is, guys. That frugal life. But yeah, handles really well, feels nice. Now there are some things that come with, I mentioned the steeper head tube angle that we have here, and there are some things that, oh, they're stopping, let me go. Look at this. We got friends here, guys. Friends in Frisco. Now we'll do the stair test here, which is a new segment. Go ahead and just pop, pop, pop. Okay, that was actually, that was pretty nice. But can she go down the stairs? Well, let's see. So I'm gonna keep my butt in the saddle, see how this feels. Okay, next time I won't keep my butt in the saddle, but yeah, obviously it handled it really well. Look at the GoPro, didn't even move. You guys don't have to look at my nether regions. Now the motor does have 90 Newton meters of torque, I believe, which is pretty nice, because we see a lot that, well, you guys know, right? We see some that have 65, 50, but have something that's like getting to that 85, 90, 95 Newton meters of torque. It just has, I was gonna say it has more torque, but obviously that's that would be the case. Let's see, this park doesn't open up till 8 a.m. What time is it? Oh, and bikes are prohibited. Guys, when you get yourself into a situation like this, you find yourself faced with adversity, you just get out of there, okay? Look at that. We extricated ourselves from the situation. No viral clips, we're just out. Now, what are some other things you might want to know about? Motor noise. Like I mentioned, I'm wearing my full face helmet, but if I'm, kind of listening for it, very typical motor noise. We got a Bafang back there, so it's very on par with all the 750s that we have tested before. Yeah, so all in all, It does have a very upright, very comfortable, very, approachable kind of vibe to it. Like I mentioned, there are a couple of things that I would change if I was keeping it long term. Brakes would be one of those things, but that's just me and my use case. If you are kind of going to be going like throttle only or just sitting around that 20 mile per hour max speed mark, nothing wrong with the zooms. They are hydraulic, and we love to see hydraulics. Ugh. So as we wrap up this ride test and the review on the Denago Fat Tire Step-Thru, I'll leave it up to you guys. What do you guys think? Denago in general has some very affordable pricing when we compare it to the industry. That's sort of one of the main things that separates them at this point. As a caveat, as a small little sneak peek, I spent the day yesterday riding around with Dave, who's the CEO of Denago. We spent the morning riding around on their EMTBs, and guys, they are legit. And the funny thing is there's a lot of companies that, they have, e-bikes and like, oh, let's do a mountain bike. And there's so many things that are not mountain bike-ish, right? Even somebody who's just moderately into mountain biking could tell you, oh, that's not a mountain bike piece. That's not a mountain bike piece. That's not mountain bike geometry. But they've got some guys there who are mountain bikers, and they've developed some very cool, very legit EMTBs. And I'm not going to take all the time away from the Fat Tire we have here. So guys, this has been our review on the Fat Tire Step-Thru. If you guys have any questions for me specifically, let me know down in the comments below, or you can head over to electrifiedreviews.com, send us a message. You can comment over there as well. On the review page, we'll have some extra pictures and a write-up there for you to gander at. Well guys, that is going to do it for me, and I'll catch you on the next one.